And you will be surprised there are shadow GenAI applications that are running which you were not aware of.
Welcome to the NCS Impact Insights, where we explore the ideas and innovations shaping our future. I'm Imad Akhtar, co-anchor of Money FM 89.3's Breakfast Show, and today I'm joined by one of our valued sponsors, Abhishek Kumar Singh, Security Engineering Manager at Checkpoint, a company at the forefront of integrated cybersecurity. We'll be diving into how they're contributing to the future of intelligentization and inspiration, and the insights they've gained from working with leading organizations across the region. Abhishek, welcome and thank you for joining Impact Insights.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Let's start with Checkpoint's key value propositions, or one of them at least. It's long stood for secure connectivity. How are you evolving that to support an AI-driven hybrid environment?
Thanks for the question, Imad. Checkpoint is redefining secure connectivity to support the AI-driven hybrid environments by infusing automation, threat intelligence, and distributed scalability at the heart of our architecture. And if you look at in today's landscape, the AI workloads are everywhere. It can be on your on-premise data center, it can be on your public cloud, or on a SaaS platform, or even sitting on a remote endpoint. So security must be unified and must be adaptable. So how do Checkpoint achieve this? Couple of points. I will actually mention 5 of them. The first one is AI-powered threat prevention, leveraging on deep learning and real-time intelligence to stop advanced attacks, right? And one more thing that I want to clearly mention over here, it has to be collaborative. What it means is, so Imad, just assume you get a WhatsApp message. It has a suspicious link, and you have a mobile threat defense solution on your phone. It should be able to block it. And upon that, it should be able to collaborate and transfer this information to rest of your security controls across the entire infrastructure. So while we are actually focusing a lot more on threat intel, right, there is a huge investment on the collaboration as well. The second one, I would say, hybrid mesh security architecture is to basically enforce consistent security controls across your distributed environment. Doesn't matter whether traffic is flowing through the cloud or your data center, the policy that is applied is consistent. So take, for example, you are in Singapore today, right? You are visiting internet or you're visiting some of your SaaS platforms. There is a policy that has been enforced on your device, right? And imagine when you basically move to Philippines, how do you ensure a consistent security policy is applied, right? Regardless of your location. So the second point. Third point is, while having AI-powered threat prevention, you are having a hybrid mesh security architecture. It's also important to have a centralized visibility and control, to have a unified management, visibility, and logging across your entire hybrid environment, regardless of your location. So that's for centralized visibility and control. The fourth one would be AI Copilot and AI Ops, is basically to enhance your operational efficiency, to automate, right, your incident management, performance tuning, or guided investigation. And last but not the least is implementing zero trust at scale. So in essence, Checkpoint is not just redefining secure connectivity. We are basically building an intelligent hybrid mesh fabric.
Yeah, I want to touch on that final point you mentioned about zero trust architecture. What is Checkpoint's vision for creating zero trust architecture that can scale across distributed workforces?
It's a good question. So if you look at the Checkpoint vision of zero trust, is basically to build a scalable, identity-centric security architecture that enforces least privilege access across your on-premise data center, your cloud, your SaaS platforms, or even on your endpoints, regardless of the location. So if I have to put this into bullet points, maybe 5 key things that we are looking at when we build a zero trust framework. The first one is identity aware access. So granular policies powered by identities. Second one would be dynamic segmentation. So micro segmentation based on dynamic policies across your hybrid or multi-cloud environments. Third one would be posture-based enforcement, checking the health of the user as well as the device before we allow the access to your crown jewels. Fourth would be, while we are doing all these things, real-time prevention is important. And again, the last one would be having a centralized management visibility and integration into the third party ecosystem.
Now, we can't talk about robust AI systems without mentioning digital resilience. In other words, your AI can only run as fast as your digital resilience. Now, as Gen AI becomes embedded into enterprise tools, how do you ensure integrity and prevent misuse?
One thing I want to basically highlight is what happens when Gen AI came in, right? The AI become more consumerized. Any individual can install an AI app or a Gen AI app onto their mobile devices, and they basically can have a natural language conversation with a Gen AI app. It looks very productive, but it brings in inherent risk. What basically, if we have to give you an example, uh, people can actually put in the prompt some of the sensitive information. It can go out to internet,
Yep.
right? So it can be unintentional. So what basically we should look at in terms of uh, preventing the misuse of Gen AI, first thing, you need to have visibility. Understands what are the Gen AI applications running in your environment. And you will be surprised. There are shadow Gen AI applications that are running, which you were not aware of. So one thing is visibility. Second thing is understand who is accessing those Gen AI applications, who are the users, and which department they belong to. Is it relevant for them? Third one is the data. What data goes in? You need to understand the context that is going into the prompt, and it's very different. Last time people talk about data leakage solution that is based on regex and some standard data types, but now it's like a human talking to AI platform over a natural language. So that data classification has to be based on an AI mechanism, based on a deep learning or machine learning way of doing things. So once you have the visibility, you know which user is accessing it, what data is going in. That is where the final step comes in, where you basically perform enforcement, right? So if there is any sensitive information that is going into the prompt, that is where we will be able to identify that, because you can identify the user, identity aware policy, you know what data is going in, you can perform the enforcement. And that is how you build the entire governance across your entire infrastructure.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts there, all of which need to function rather effectively. I want to shift gears a little bit and explore the core theme of innovation with AI. How do you see your role in helping customers balance security and innovation?
Checkpoint, we see our role as an enabler of secure innovation. So the idea is very simple. In today's landscape, the AI, the cloud, the digital transformation, they are accelerating. Security must evolve from a gatekeeper to a strategic partner. So one of the strategies that we are putting in place is basically, while the AI is evolving, cyber attack landscape is evolving, it's important to understand your exposure in a continuous way. You need to know today, who is going to attack me? How will they be attacking me? If they attack me, am I secured? If I am not secured, how I'm going to remediate? So this portion is very important to continually access your exposure from outside to inside. And again, connecting this exposure to your prevention tools. You may have a next gen firewall. You may have a email security platform. How do I connect this exposure, right, to this prevention tools in an automated way without a human intervention, and make it part of a playbook? So that is something, is one of the strategy that we are looking at, and definitely it will help to balance the AI and the cyber landscape together. So again, AI, we know it's a disruptor, but it's also an enabler for the defensive side of security.
Abhishek, you mentioned the term collaboration at the start of this interview, and I want to circle back to that. What are the critical partnerships Checkpoint is leaning on to build trusted, agile digital infrastructure across APAC?
So I would say that the focus heavily relies on strategic partnership. That is basically to extend the reach, the resilience, and the responsiveness across the diverse digital ecosystem. Some of this includes channel and distribution networks. So NCS, being a strategic partner for Checkpoint, it plays a key role in implementing local capabilities, deployment at scale, and customer intimacy. So that's one. Second one would be technology partnership alliance. So we know that one technology cannot do it all. It's all about integration. And one of the strategies that we have here at Checkpoint is to incorporate and infuse an open garden approach. So it's not about just us. It's also about how do we support customers technical ecosystem, how we work with the different technical partners
Mm.
to support the security in a holistic way. And the other two, I would say, in terms of the strategic partnership, would be cloud hyperscalers and infrastructure as a service providers. And the other one would be public sector collaboration and cyber alliances. So that is something is our focus in terms of strategic partnership. But having said that, it's more to that.
Abhishek, you certainly enlightened me and our listeners with your very insightful analysis today. Thank you so much for your time. And it was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thanks, Imad. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Abhishek Kumar Singh, for sharing those valuable perspectives. We value your partnership and look forward to continuing to co-create what's next together.